is just so insanely impossible to find even like 10 minutes for myself. Kids really do thrive on schedules. It's a proven fact. I don't like to ask for help very often at all. Great to kind of connect with people who have kids a similar age in the same year bracket. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Melissa Beckeru, and I make videos about 202, mom life, and all things. Today, I wanted to do a video touching on the importance of self-care in your postpartum journey. Finding time for yourself, especially when you're married, you have 2 kids. I know it was hard for me, especially in the beginning months. It was just so insanely impossible to find even like 10 minutes for myself because Mila was not on a schedule. She was a newborn, waking up like every 20 minutes, so it was impossible. But now that we're in a solid routine, she's 10 months old, Leo is approaching 2, it's gotten a lot better. And I wanted to share some tips and tricks on what kind of got us through those first few postpartum months with 202. What I first want to touch on is coordinating naps. I know I've touched on this before, but it really did save me so many times when I thought that I was gonna go crazy. Establishing a consistent schedule for both kids is amazing because, first of all, kids really do thrive on schedules. It's a proven fact. Try to sync your baby's nap times to the best of your ability. But for me, even if it was like a 20-minute overlap, it made all the difference in the world because I was able to just sit down, even if I just wanted to scroll my phone for 20 minutes uninterrupted, especially in the first few months. Someone was always touching me, and sometimes you just kind of get you get sick of it. I used the overlap in their naps to clean up, lay down, take a little nap. I would prepare for my second shift. Honestly, even use the washroom. A lot of times I was not even able to use the washroom literally for like 2 minutes by myself. I would have to be holding a kid, or Leo would be sitting on the floor literally watching me. So even to just like have that basic necessity of using the washroom by yourself was essential. Number 2, I touched on this in the first point, but set a routine, set a schedule. Again, kids really do thrive on this. Predictability is great in your day because you kind of have something to look forward to. I know for me, I know that my kids will be napping from 1 to 3 p.m. So honestly, every day I look forward to that time because I know that I'll have a little bit of peace and quiet if their naps do overlap, which nowadays they typically tend to for about an hour. From very early on, we had Leo on a pretty strict schedule. He went down around 7:30 and wake up at 7:30, and we pretty much kept the same routine today. He just goes to bed a little bit later. Typically, he'll go to sleep around like 8:30 now. But we've kept that same schedule. We go upstairs around 7 every day. We take them both a bath together. We read them a couple books. We have some playtime, and they're both lights out by 8:30. Sometimes Leo goes to sleep at 9, the latest. But having that schedule, that routine really is beneficial for them because they know when bath time comes, bedtime is shortly after. Kind of makes the night go by a little bit smoother, knowing exactly what's happening at exactly what time. Number 3, utilizing early mornings or late evenings. So if you're a morning person, wake up 30 minutes before your kids, or if you are a night owl, stay up a little bit later. I know sometimes it is difficult because you're tired from the day, you want to go to sleep early, or if you are up a little bit later, you tend to sleep into the morning. I totally get it. For me personally, I like to wake up a bit earlier. So I wake up around 6:15 every morning. The kids wake up at like 7:30. So I have like a solid hour to work out, to kind of prepare for my morning, prepare their breakfast, my breakfast, pack my husband's lunch. And it just kind of gives me a good start to the day. It also helps me just mentally prepare myself for the day. Some days are so hard, especially because I don't have any help. So just having that alone time first thing in the morning to gather my thoughts, to think about what am I going to feed them for breakfast? What about lunch, snacks? What are we going to do today? Are we going to go grocery shopping? What's the weather going to be like? All these different things that I can think about and kind of plan for the day. Number 4, involving your partner. Take turns watching the kids once the second partner comes home from work. During the week, it is just me Monday to Friday, but on weekends when Jermaine is home, I get a lot more help, of course, and that is honestly amazing. I always call my weekends vacation days. It's nice. It's a bit of a break. Of course, I'm still super hands-on with the kids and have to do a lot of the work. Obviously, I'm a mom. It does kind of help me out a bit, especially with the morning routine. Jermaine typically wakes up Leo in the mornings, and sometimes he's a bit of a cranky pants, so I kind of like not having to do that. Sometimes he gives me a hard time and he'll want to sleep in a little bit more and he'll start crying and want to sit on the chair and cuddle. And some mornings we can do that, some mornings we can't because we have to hurry up and get downstairs, eat breakfast, and start our day. So it's just really nice having that help on the weekends. So if you do have help like that, take advantage, utilize it, and take your breaks when you can. Number 5, seek help from family or friends. I am horrible at this, to be honest. I don't like to ask for help very often at all. I personally don't really leave my kids for long periods of time. The longest I have ever left Leo is less than 48 hours, and that was when I had to give birth to Mila. And typically with a C-section, you're in the hospital for 48 hours and then you get released. For me, I was out at around the 36-hour mark and I was literally begging to go home. I just wanted to get home, back to Leo. I wanted to start our schedule. I wanted to just be home as a family. I did not want to be stuck in the hospital for a second night. So I had to get special permission from my surgeon to let me go early. I didn't have any complications and all the tests for Mila came back fine, so there really wasn't any reason for me to stay. But all that to say, I don't really like to leave my kids. Even now, the most I've been away from Mila is probably like an hour and a half. But I do think that I'll be getting better with that as she gets older, as she like needs me a bit less and less. She is still breastfeeding, so it's hard for me to leave her for long periods of time. Not that I would want to be honest. I just don't want to miss anything. I don't know, like Milo's getting to the age now where it's like every minute is just so much fun. But I just love spending time with them. I love that I'm home with them all day long, and I love that I am their primary caregiver. Number 6, engage in independent play. This is definitely a great point because Leo is old enough now that he is okay to sit down. He loves reading books. So oftentimes if I say, hey, Leo, play with your toys or go sit down with your blanket, he'll go grab a book. He'll sit there for a good 10 minutes, flip through the book before he asks me to come sit with him and read him the book. So he's kind of at that stage now where he is a little bit more independent with his play. And because Mila just follows him around all day, she'll follow him too. And they'll just sit there, look at the book, point at different things, encourage them to play by themselves a little bit because it is good for their imagination. Number 7, baby wear whenever you can. I loved baby wearing Mila. She really loved it too. Oftentimes she would nap in the baby wrap. And this was great because I was able to do simple tasks around the house. I was able to clean up. I can prep lunch or dinner, cut veggies. I was just able to do a lot of things with my hands being free. So if you do have that option, I would definitely recommend a baby carrier. And you don't need those fancy ones. I know there's like so many different options. I just had a wraparound one from Amazon. I think I spent like 30 bucks on it. And I used it for both pregnancies. They both really loved it. And I was able to get some stuff done around the house and not have to deal with a screaming baby because they were content in my arms. Number 8, join a parenting group. I am a part of quite a few groups on Facebook. And it's great to kind of connect with people who have kids a similar age in the same year bracket. And a lot of times we'll go on there and like ask for advice, ask for help, ask for recommendations for different products, like water bottles, utensils, like so many different things. Now that it's summertime, we're also asking for activities for outside, or I've seen a couple moms before ask if they can borrow something for the weekend. Let's say they're traveling and they want to borrow one of those portable fans. Like it's a really great community that we all kind of lean on each other. Number 9, take advantage of screen time. 10 to 15 minutes of screen time is not going to ruin your child, I promise. As long as you limit the screen time, pick something educational, something fun. Leo's really been liking Gracie's Corner lately, a little bit of Miss Rachel still. He kind of moved on from Blippi now, but even just like playing music in the background, keep them entertained, keep them stimulated, and you're able to get a little bit of stuff done when they're occupied. And that's honestly been a life changer for me right now, especially. I have a video in the background playing with like baby animals, and we just went to African Lion Safari. So Leo's really looking at all the animals and recognizing that he's actually saw them in person, which is really cool. And although it's playing in the background right now, half the time they're not even watching it. You know what I mean? Last thing I want to say is you really need to prioritize your self-care. So I kind of just gave a bunch of examples to kind of free up your hands, a little bit of screen time, baby wear, certain activities, having a village behind you, asking for help. All those points kind of come to the last one, which is just prioritize your self-care to the best of your ability. And whether self-care for you in your specific stage of motherhood right now means a 10-minute shower without hearing screaming kids, and that is what is going to help you out. When Mila was a newborn, I hardly had a 10-minute shower. So when I finally got to that stage where I did have a 10-minute shower, without hearing her screaming through the walls, it was honestly so refreshing, and I was able to like enjoy my shower and not just like get in and out. Now that she's a bit older, I do have a bit more time for my self-care, so After the kids go to sleep, I'll take a nice long shower, I'll wash my hair, I'll get into bed, I'll watch a little show real quick on my phone or some YouTube, and I'll go to sleep. I'll go to sleep nice and early. And for me, that is a form of my own self-care because during the day, I don't get any time alone. So that like hour and a half that I stay up after they go to sleep is essential to my well-being. Lastly, what I want to say is finding time for yourself with 202 is difficult. I understand. But if you get kind of creative with how you spend your time, your routines, setting a schedule that works for you and your kids, don't feel guilty to take time for yourself at the end of the day or before the day starts. Even like when your partner comes home from work, asking them for 5 to 10 minutes just to kind of sit there in quiet. Don't feel guilty. It will make you a better mom in the long run because you'll be more refreshed. As always, guys, I gotta wrap this up because these kids are like literally right where the tripod is and they're about to knock it over. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video resonates with a couple of you. And let me know down below if you guys have any other tips for including self-care in your day-to-day life. Tell me what self-care looks like to you, especially if you have two little ones. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Do you want to say bye?
Bye.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Yeah.